Hello, I'm Kids Try This at Home. I do the Proffie blade styles for Grayscale Fonts, and I decided to do a Proffie blade style for Karre from Visions. So this is built entirely using FET263's library and then edited in Frederick's style editor. You do need Proffie OS 5.9 if you're going to take advantage of some of the things I've built in, as well as multi-blast and power save and a few other things, anything using effect sequence. Um, but as long as you have Proffie OS 5.9, that shouldn't matter. There are also one button options. It's built using two buttons, so if you have a one button, just comment out the two button things and then comment in the one button. But as far as the style goes, um, I made it so the purple is swing responsive and it takes over the blue in the blade the harder you swing. And you can edit that. There's a swing speed value, so I believe I have that set to 650. And if you want to make it so it is harder to swing to take over the purple, you can crank it up to like 700 or 750, something like that. Um, or if you want to make it so easier, lighter swings make the purple take over a lot quicker, then you can bump it down to maybe something like 500 or 400. But yeah, I think that's 650 in there. Um, and then it's got all the normal effects, so blasts, flashes, stab, melt, tip, drag, lock up. And that's all the responsive stuff from Fet's library. And then I edited some of the sensitivities and timings. Um, and you might not have caught it, but the colors actually switched. So now you've got blue at the emitter and purple at the tip. And I did that because in the show there are actually a few times where Karre's colors flip on his lightsaber, and it's got the blue at the emitter and purple at the tip. Um, and what triggers that is the begin lock, or the where you begin the lockup. So every time you do the lockup, it'll switch those colors. And I don't know if the webcam's picking it up very well, but I did add a little bit of white in here, so it's a very bright purple and a very bright cyan, or deep sky blue almost. And I really like how it turns out in person. I think it looks pretty good on the webcam, but obviously, NeoPixel Blades, the webcam kind of gives it that white core when it doesn't have it and makes it kind of wash out a bit. So I think it looks pretty good in person. Uh, but then if you're not a fan of that particular way of changing it, I did include a few other things. Um, but yeah, I did the swing responsive effect because there's a few times in the show where the purple, it seems like it's kind of overtaking the blade, and then he stabs it and it extends out, and then of course at the end when he shoots the lightsaber up through the Star Destroyer. And I wasn't particularly a fan of the episode itself, but I did really like how his lightsaber looked, and I really wanted to kind of do it justice. So it seems kind of simple on the surface, but there's a lot of those little details in there. Um, but as far as the purple and blue switching, I didn't really know how to switch it. So, like I said, for this one, there's the begin lockup, and that switches it. But I'll include a few options, and I'll have the Google Drive link in the description. But the next option, oops, and between these two, or I think I have five included, and these first two are my favorite. I can't decide between the two of them. So the last one, the begin lockup, switched it. This one, it's switched during the lockup. So during the lockup, blue down here and then purple at the tip, and then it switches back when you release it. And I really like that one, but I also really like the other one where it switches. Um, this one is just the lockup, so this one doesn't require the effect sequence, so you'll be able to edit this one in Style Editor. If you try to edit the first one in Style Editor, it'll throw an error for the actual switching, because that uses effect sequence for when the lockup begin happens. Oops, I think I might clash sensitivity too high, or the volume's too high. It keeps clashing on me. Um, but I did include a couple others. So this one again, purple at the emitter and then blue at the tip. There's a clash again. And it's twist responsive with a fade. So you flip the board upside down, and it's got blue at the emitter, and then vice versa. And then, as you can probably see, when it's in the middle, the one thing I kind of don't like about it is that in person it looks like a very light icy blue or almost a icy purple. It looks very white on webcam, but there is a bit of blue or almost purple in there. Uh, but yeah, it's just a smooth fade between those colors, and I like it. But since it's got that icy blue, that's kind of why I prefer the other two. Or if you like the twist responsive, but you don't like the fade, I did an instant switch too. So it's just as soon as you pass that 180-degree mark, they just switch. And this one, it looks it's kind of cool in person because when you're swinging it around, it's very flashy. But I didn't really think it matched the show very well. But it's there if you want to mess with it. And then the last option, of course, is just a very standard, no change. It's purple at the hilt all the time, and then blue at the tip all the time. But it's still got the swing responsive. So the blue still, or I'm sorry, the purple still overtakes the blue when you swing it around. And then you can throw this one in Style Editor if you wanted to switch those colors. Um, if for whatever reason you wanted cyan at the hilt, I did purple at the hilt just because when he ignites it in the show for the first time, it's purple at the hilt, and then you can change it from there if you want. And then same with the twist responsive. If you want it where the board and the button are facing up when it's cyan at the hilt, you can do that. But again, I just did purple at the hilt for the fact that that's how it was when it ignited. Um, but yeah, pretty much everything is the same between all of them. They've all got the same blasts. They've got power save. If you want to do color change, you can do color change. Um, the battery level is built in. So again, with FET263, if you've got the 2 button, you can do that, or you can switch it to the 1 button. And some of that, like the voice prompts there, those are from OS 6, which is coming soon. It's currently in beta. So if you've got 5.9, you're not going to have like the voice prompts on that. Uh, but yeah, clashes, the stab, the melt, drag, all that's the same. Pretty much the only thing that's changed between the styles that you can choose from is how the purple and blue switch, or if they switch. And then if you want to mix and match from there, like if you wanted the switched lockup on the one with the twist responsive blade, you could put that in Style Editor, or you could just comment the one lockup out and put the other one in. Um, yeah, if you have any questions about that, you can let me know, and I can hopefully help with that. Uh, but yeah, that is Karre's blade style for Proffie. I don't believe there is a Karre sound font. I wasn't able to find one, so I'm currently using ESB Graflex V2 from Kyberphonic, and it seems to match the show the best. It's a Luke font, and the timings matched up pretty well. So the timings for this style are built for that. But if you know of a Karre font, let me know, and maybe I can adjust the timings, or you know, you can adjust it in there if you wanted to pair it up with your own. Um, but yeah, ESB Graflex V2 seems to work really well with this one. But yeah, that's the style. So thanks for checking it out, and check out Grayscale Fonts, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, that didn't really work.